What's up, welcome back to the channel. My name is Servida, and today we're going to be talking about arranging. But before we get into it, this video is brought to you by Melodics. Melodics is a free desktop app that teaches you how to play the piano. If you're struggling to make things like bass lines, chord progressions, and melodies, then this app is perfect for you. It goes without saying that being able to play the keys is so helpful if you're a producer. Not only does it improve your workflow, it also opens up new opportunities like live performance and studio sessions. There are over 400 lessons on the app, so whether you're starting from zero or you're more advanced, there is something for everyone. And they just added this new feature called the guided path mode that teaches you all the basic fundamentals of playing the keyboard. This is a video of me playing one of the basic lessons. First thing I'm doing is learning the individual parts, and once I get the hang of it, I learn the entire thing. This app has helped over 280,000 producers improve on the keys. If you want to get it, it's free to download. All you have to do is click the first link in the description. In my opinion, arranging is one of the most underrated aspects of music, because if you have the right pieces, you can turn a great song into an amazing song. So today I'm going to be breaking down my newest single with Sadie Cannon called On One. If you haven't heard it yet, I suggest you listen to it and then come back to this video. We're getting deep into it. But it's important to know that if you're just listening a beat, I would keep it really simple, just do that little, couple of these. But once the vocals come in, that's when you can start to get really creative. Let me show you all the patterns I have, and then I'll show you how I arrange them. For the drums, we have the kick drum. We have a clap. We have a lower clap. We have another clap. We have this open hat here. We have 3 hi-hat patterns that's ranging in complexity, starting with simple. Now it gets a bit crazier. And a snare. 808. And a sub bass. Let me show you the instruments. So we have this main pluck going throughout the whole thing. We have this guitar doing a counter melody. And the last thing we have is the serum patch playing some chords. And then everything else is just a variation of those main instruments. So the first thing I introduce is the pluck melody. And the difference for this one is that I have a little band pass on it. So we're keeping everything really subdued at the moment. This is the intro. I wanted to keep it really soft and simple. We have the intro vocals.
You say that it's crazy that I don't have a plan. When it comes to loving, give him my left hand.
The reason we're putting in just the hi-hat and the clap is just so we get that sense of rhythm. And then I have this synth bass. And then I have this synth bass that got synth bass. And then I have a synth bass that makes did I get a lisp when I say synth bass? Synth bass. And then I have this synth bass that just makes everything really smooth. I don't think it'd be as effective if I had this really punchy 808.
I must be a concept that they don't understand.
Yeah, you can also see that I'm kind of staggering the patterns, but this keeps it more interesting because every 4 bars, we have something new being introduced. So now we're going into the second half of the verse. We have the kick and some more drums. We have this guitar melody, and we have the main pluck, which is a bit higher.
But it's so lavish with nobody by my side. Too busy being savage, make money, no 9 to 5. Not a dime, not a quarter, I'm the whole damn wreck. And you make it trying to slide, I don't even hit them back. Yeah, I'm on one. Yeah, I'm on one. Yeah,
I personally do this in a lot of my music where I have a pause right before it drops. And what this is doing is creating a lot of contrast within your songs. So let's say I extend all these patterns.
make it trying to slide, I don't even hit them back. Yeah, I'm on one. Yeah.
Now, it doesn't hit nearly as hard because the only difference between the verse and the chorus is this 808 coming in. When we remove instruments, it creates a bigger contrast, so when that drop hits, it's going to be more effective. Also, for the chorus, I duplicated the main pluck and brought it up an octave, so everything just sounds a lot bigger.
I'm on one.
So once the chorus is done, we start to bring it back down so that we can go back up once the next chorus comes in. It's all about highs and lows. Just think of it as a roller coaster for your song. So once again, we have that smooth synth bass, we have the pluck with the band pass, and then I have the drum pattern that I half timed. Now, the reason I said it's best to wait for the vocals before you do the really detailed arranging is because the lyrics might inspire you to go in a certain direction. So in the second verse, Sadie says, rather go home and just kick it in silence.
Rather go home and just kick it in silence.
So now that we know the lyrics, our arrangement can mimic this. So when she says silence, we have nothing here. It's completely empty.
Kick it in silence.
It's the little thing. The second chorus is probably one of my favorite parts in the arrangement because I do this delayed drop. In the first verse, I had a little pause right before the drop. So during the second verse, there's a pause. So you'd assume that the drop would be right at the downbeat, but I actually put it half a bar after. And the only thing I left on the downbeat is the kick and the 808.
Don't need your love, only worry about the cash. Yeah, I'm on one. Yeah, I'm on one. Yeah,
Finding creative ways to do drops like this is just kind of trial and error. Personally, I did this by accident. Everything else was muted, but it sounded good, so I kept it in there. So the chorus is really high. We once again go back down. We have a cool effect on the vocals. Everything's just being really simple right now, right before my verse. So during my verse, I do another delayed drop. So instead of having it on the downbeat, I put it somewhere here where those second pair of kicks come in. I also do another pause when I say wait.
Good, great, wait. I can already tell by the look on her face. She be like,
During this one bar, I just took out the melodic instruments just to have a change of pace.
it's my mistake. Cut the brakes, cut you off. It's about damn time that I learned my lesson. I should really have.
So this is the final chorus now. I'm just letting everything go out at the same time because this should be the highest point in my song now. And you're pretty much dictating when that point is going to be, by the way. So we have the complex hi-hats. We have every single instrument going at the same time. So we're going full force right now. And the last thing I want to show you are these effects at the bottom here. They just accent things like your drops and your transitions. I have this riser here. This goes right before the drop. I have this alarm sound that I use as a downbeat. Just a little vox here. And then I have this crash well to transition between sections. It's actually kind of jarring if you don't have it. You know, just having that bit of noise really smooths everything out. And having all these little risers here really sell that delayed drop effect.
She be looking good, great. Wait, I can already tell by the look on her face. She be like,
yeah, that is how I arrange the song.
she be looking good, great. Wait, I can already tell by the look on her face. She be like, hey, wait, think you smooth trying to get some of my food on your plate. I'm not selfish, I'm just self-made, just protective of my estate. All the best, hope you find your place. I thought you're special, it's my mistake. Cut the brakes, cut you off. It's about damn time that I learned my lesson. I should really have known there right that second. You were less genuine than the brands you flexing. Not to mention, never really vibe with you. The only time I smiled was inside pictures. Now the day I started making more figures, the same day the fakes came over, go figure.
Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Our single On One is now available on all streaming platforms, so make sure you guys go listen to it. If you guys want to see more song breakdowns like this, let me know, and I'll see you guys soon. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. If you like this video, leave a like. If you really like this video, subscribe. If you didn't like this video, leave. Just leave. Get out of here.